This portrait, Girl with the White Dog, created by Lucien Freud, creates a subtle scene of a woman and her dog. As you can see, the woman has just, or maybe just put on a bathrobe. There is no, there's nothing in the image that really points out to you because the hues or the colors in the portrait are very subtle and plain. The only thing that would be able to point out to you is the color of her bathrobe, which is a subtle yellow. Whenever Lucien makes a portrait, or should I say creates a portrait, he always goes into great details with every single spot in the portrait. As you can see, the woman's hair it has strands which you could probably predict what her hair would feel like if you were to touch it in person. Her facial details go into great depth. She has subtle shadows on her face, so you can tell where the light comes in the scene, off to the right of the portrait. You can see details in her bathrobe along with the braid. You can see details on the dog, and you can kind of tell what type of fur he has, and he also has great details on his face. Another really big thing that Lucien does is he shows the difference between everyone's body when he creates a portrait. And that's what I enjoyed a lot while creating this project. I really enjoyed seeing how everyone has different body types. And a really big important thing that I haven't noticed from other artists is that when you're looking at it, you can tell that she has different shades in her body. So her chest is very dark, and her arms and legs are also very dark, but her breasts are a different shade than the rest of her body. And I find that a very intriguing detail that he takes the time to do. Her eyes are very detailed, and the furniture around her is very detailed, which will go into the negative space. The negative space around her is very subtle. The only thing that's greatly detailed is what she and the dog is sitting on, but the background is the same hue as the rest of the portrait. It doesn't stand out and it doesn't scream, "Look at me." It really draws in the attention towards the woman and the dog, but mostly the woman since she is clothed in the brightest object in the portrait. I really enjoy looking slash viewing Lucien's portraits because of this reason. And just looking at every naked portrait he's made of a model is very intriguing. And you could just really tell that everyone really does have a different body type. And you can tell he enjoys going to great details whenever he's creating a portrait. You can even tell the great detail he does whenever you look at her hands. Her knuckles have lines, and her fingernails even have lines also. All of his portraits are greatly, greatly detailed.